something that I realize is I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I'm just winging it at this point. And I think in your life, like early 20s and maybe early 30s, you start to really second guess your life. And I'm pretty young still right now, but I do believe that like I don't know, maybe I could do better, or maybe I could do something different. I'm not too quite sure yet, and I'm still figuring that out. And I think the best advice I can give myself and to anyone that's watching this is truly just winging it. You see, in my early college year, I used to try to plan everything. Like, I'll spend hours, days, on just planning out what I want to do with my life, and just try to figure out business models, try to figure out how to scale things up, just try to make it, you know? And I think a lot of people do try to figure out how to make it in your early 20s. At least that's where you embark in that journey, in their early 20s. And as time goes on, you start to second guess yourself when things start not working out as granted. And things start to work quite the opposite. And it makes you really second guess yourself, like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, is this even worth trying anymore? Should I try something new? And I think that's the part of your life where you gotta start to realize, like, just keep pushing forward. You know, I remember cooking dinner last night, and I was just thinking, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, I started to really second guess my career-wise. I started to second guess my relationship-wise. And I think that's the part where you start to really think, like, you see everyone around you, you know, whether it's building a relationship, getting married, working at their dream job, and then you look at yourself, you're like, damn, well, shit, now what? Should I be doing something a little bit different? And I think this is a part where you should strive for more, but also remembering that you are possibly where you are supposed to be. And maybe this is just something that we tell ourselves to make us feel better, but I think it's quite true. The choices that we make leads us to where we are right now. And with that being said, I think this is the part where you'll figure it out as time goes on. I don't think anyone truly does have it all figured out. I remember at work, maybe a month ago, I was talking to this girl, and we were just talking about like career-wise and how we went to school, and now we're doing something completely opposite. And it made me think, like, yeah, this is weird. Like, you know, you get a college degree thinking you get a job in that field, and then sometimes it works quite the opposite. But why is this? Of course, it's like I said, the choices that we make. But I think it's just like how life rolls sometimes. It's just like it's just how life is. And I think it's never permanent until you make it permanent. And what I mean by this is, like, if you're not happy exactly where you are in life, this is the part of your life where you gotta really make a change. This is the part where you would make a complete 180 and go somewhere else. Because you're the only person in the world that has power to change your lifestyle, to change the choices that you make. So I think another thing is, like, the older we get, the more we see life very differently. Like 4 years ago, for me, I saw life differently. I saw, like, I don't know, I just seen it as the point of view of, like, you could make it. And I think I was maybe a little too naive in my early stages of college. Very naive, for that matter. I thought in 1 or 2 years, I'll make it. I'll be a millionaire. I think I even had a video on YouTube that I made like 3 years ago of like my plans to become a millionaire by like 25 or 26. And now that I'm about to be 25 in like 9 months, it's like, I don't think I'm anywhere close to that. Unless some miracle happened and I hit the lotto or my stock starts to go a heck of a lot higher than I've seen. But I think that's the thing that I notice is, like, as we get older, we see life very differently. And maybe in your early age, you are a little too naive. And I don't think being too naive is a bad thing. I think it's actually a good thing. As, like, you know, when you're older, you get a little bit more insight, more wisdom. But when you're younger, you still have that vision. You still have that power that you could do whatever you want. And you still can. I believe whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. There's going to be a lot of people that are defeatist mindset. And it's quite sad because I do know a few people like this. They're very, like, negative vibes, or they'll just feel like they're a little too realistic, I guess. And maybe they're not completely wrong, but I believe it's not what we live for, is hope. Right? We live for hope in order to strive for more. You have faith in yourself, but you have faith in that things will work out better than you could imagine. But it can't work like that unless you keep pushing forward. Keep pursuing new ideas, keep taking on more risks. No matter what you do, just don't give up. But that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I'll see you guys next one. So have a good one and peace.